Hey guys, it is Kiki here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I hope you subscribe. Once you subscribe, you become a member of the Pride. We're all lions and lioness here, embracing our manes. So once you subscribe, you join the Pride. And y'all, if you see I am in a different environment, it is because we're out of town. I tagged along with Blueberry on a business trip, so I'm just here in the hotel. So I was like, it'd be cool to test out my new camera. I got a new camera too, y'all. Look at the bokeh in the background. Come on, can we get into it? But yes, y'all, I'm feeling the new camera. This is actually a Sony a6400 with a Sigma 30mm lens f1.4. So yes, guys, I'm here. I've been with Sony before in the past. That was actually my first camera. I needed a little bit more capabilities with my camera, so I upgraded to the Canon EOS M50. Still a great camera, but this has a lot more of what I want to do. How my, the picture quality is just a lot better on the Sony a6400, and plus I had the Canon for like 2 years or so. Yes, I could have got more lenses because it was interchangeable, but I just had to come back to Sony because I love Sony. I've been with them since day one, baby. Day one, camera wise and back to the PlayStation. But anyway, into the video. If you're new here, my name is keke.j. I do loc videos, also fashion, and I'm gonna start incorporating more vlogging content into my channel, which is why I wanted to upgrade to this camera as well. Anywho, a couple of weeks ago, y'all, it's been a little while, I asked you guys on Instagram, this was actually on August 7th, I asked you guys, did you have any loc questions for me? And I know y'all have been waiting on this video, so I'm here to give it to you today. So there is a lot of questions. I'm not sure, like, all of these questions. Don't know if I'm gonna get to all of them. I may do a two-part video, so I definitely want to answer all of your questions, so I probably will do a two-part video. But let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so I am actually just gonna start from the top of my list down to the bottom. So the first question, how do you wash and moisturize to avoid possible tangling? So there's a way that you can do that. You can band your hair, which is you can either braid them into smaller sections, or you can use rubber bands or hair bows to section your hair on before you wash your hair. That way, once you wash, you avoid tangling and knotting and all that stuff. But honestly, I've never banded before. It depends on your hair's texture, and if you want to avoid unraveling and tangling like that, then I do recommend the banded method. But for me, I never use it. I play with my hair a lot, so I just do this a lot, and I really don't experience tangling. Sometimes I have some locs that are like stuck to another one. I guess that is considered tangling with locs, but I literally just run my hand through there, and that's it. During wash days, I really don't get tangling when I wash because I feel like being that the water is going through my hair and like the shampoo and conditioner, it just keeps everything more manageable. Next question is, have you found your loc journey easier than the loose natural hair journey? Absolutely. I have not had any issues with my loc days. The only challenging thing that I have with locs is literally the maintenance when I'm trying to keep my part straight in the back. That's it. I would say loose natural hair was a struggle because it was just so much maintenance. And I didn't mind the maintenance for a while, but when it started to affect things that I wanted to do, it kind of started getting in the way of life a little bit. I do strongly feel that locs are a lot easier than loose hair. No detangling, no forever separating, parting. Like, my hair is very tightly coiled. It was very challenging with styles. If I didn't stretch my hair prior to a style, that parting and detangling was just gonna make the process extremely longer. So that's why I always had my hair in a stretched state, because it was just so much easier to deal with. Locs, a lot easier than loose natural hair, yes. So this question is, how often do you retwist now compared to 6 to 12 months ago? So I actually don't retwist, I retie. Retying is basically interlocking your hair. Retwisting is either, retwisting with a comb or palm rolling, just in case someone didn't know. 6 months ago, I was retying I would say once a month. I was literally retying once a month, and I'm like, your girl getting kind of tired of this. I do not want to do this every month. So I have stretched it out to 6 to 8 weeks now, and I'm actually going to start retwisting just because the time it takes to do it is a lot faster than retying, and I really like the way retwisting looks. So I will be going back to that next time. I interlocked my hair at the beginning of August, so I'm probably gonna wait till end of September, early October to retwist again because I want more new growth prior to retwisting. So I'm just trying to push it out a little bit longer instead of the 4 weeks because that was a no, baby. That was a no. Next question. Your perimeter is always crispy. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Do you ever retwist? Do you ever retie your perimeter in between reties? I do, because my perimeter, as you can see, got a lot of edges coming out right now. So when I do that, I try to slick them down. This was a bad attempt at trying to slick them. Yeah, when that happens, I try to slick them down, but these pieces here, the very small pieces, hold on, I gotta find it. This one, how thin that is, I always have to retie these because they come loose. And it's on this side, very thin, very small. I definitely retie my edges in between reties because those start to come loose. They just come loose. I can retie my entire head. Like at the beginning of August, I retied my hair, and then like a week and a half later, my edges already look bad. I was like, hair coming out, too much edges out. I said, nope, you got to go back in, baby. So yes, I do retie my edges in between reties. Now, since I'm gonna be switching over to retwisting, am I gonna continue to retie my edges? Probably, because I don't feel like they're gonna last when retwisting. We'll see how it goes. I'll definitely keep y'all in the loop on that. Next question, why microlocs and not regular locks since your hair is so thick? So this was actually a big dilemma for me when I was deciding on my lock size, because yes, my hair is thick. It's gonna be thick regardless. It's still thick. Even if I did microlocs versus traditional locks, I'm pretty sure they would have swole up to even bigger with traditional lock. But I love traditional lock. For one, for me, at the beginning of the journey, I knew I didn't want to retwist because I didn't want my hair to like unravel during the maturing process, and the interlocking helped that a lot. I probably had a couple of ends that unraveled in my edges, and that was it. Also, I didn't want them extremely big just because I know my hair is thick. I didn't know how thick it would have swole up to, so I didn't want that to hinder my styling, and not to say it would hinder it. I don't know how my hair would have turned out with traditional locks, because I started traditional locks 3 times before in my past, and I never got past 3 weeks. Each set. So it's like, at the time for me, it was the patience. I knew they would have started looking great. I don't know, because I was gonna start with twists as well. I wasn't gonna start with coils or anything. I don't know, it was mainly the maintenance for me and the roots, because I know I didn't want like a huge amount of volume at the root during the process compared to microlocs. Yes, I can get volume at the roots, but I don't think it would be as drastic looking as if someone with traditional locks. I hope that makes sense. But also, I feel like I can do a little bit more with microlocs. Not to say you can't do a lot with traditional locks, because you can. For what I wanted, the look I wanted to go with, microlocs was my choice. I feel like that took forever for me to explain. Next question is, how do you avoid buildup over time in your lock? I've been locked for 10.5 months now, and I honestly have not noticed any buildup. What I do, I don't use heavy products. I don't use waxes, gels. Well, I don't use anything heavy. Like, I did try the hair paint wax a while ago, and it actually came out. I stayed in that shower until everything was out. It took a while, but everything is out. I hadn't seen anything. I have started using, if you watched my last retie video, this paste. They don't classify it as a gel, but I use that paste. But water is the first ingredient, so I knew that wasn't gonna give me a lot of buildup. I use water-based product, oil and water, but the oil that I use is heavy, the black Jamaican castor oil, but it's very moisturizing. Y'all, I hadn't noticed any buildup. I would just say to avoid it, to use water-based product and to not use anything heavy. Just don't use anything heavy on your hair. Okay, so next question is, how do you keep the balance? I honestly don't know. I don't do anything. I literally put my scarf on at night. I wake up, spray my hair with water, and oil her every 2 to 3 days. Like, that is all I do. She's still fluffy, bouncy. I would say the bounce comes in when I moisturize her, because if I just take my scarf off and just walk around, she ain't got nobody's bounce. But I feel like once I give her that hydration, then she comes to life. So that's all I do, y'all, literally. And y'all probably think I do a lot. I literally do the bare minimum when it comes to my hair, and I think that's what makes the journey more enjoyable for me, because I can literally get up and go. Like, it's just so good, because literally in the past we'll be like, oh, let's go to the park, let's go walk around downtown. Like, it was just too much. It was too much, because I'm like, well, babe, I can't walk out like this. I gotta do something to it. And I'll be like, oh, let me twist my hair up real fast. 3 hours later, no, baby. I'm stopping him from having a good time too, as well as myself. Like, I can't imagine what that was like for him. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that was my hair. She's beautiful when she was loose, but that was just too much. It was always something. So that's why I always had something protective in. Passion twist, faux locks, box braids, crochet braids, like anything like that. That's why I always did stuff like that. Mini twists, mini braids. That way I can just always be ready. And plus I enjoy those styles. That got way off the topic, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I be in shambles when I be trying to answer these. How do you get your locks to be full and thick? I don't do anything, y'all. I really don't. I already had thick hair when my hair was loose. When they started to fluff up, I just let them be. I like the fluff because it adds more volume, it adds more just fluff, and they still are fluffy. I don't touch them. Some locks are fluffy in one spot and then the rest is not as fluffy. I just let her do her thing. Like, I don't try to tame the frizz. I don't do anything. I'm letting her do what she wants to do naturally, and this is the result of it. So this question is, can I add kinky braid extensions when starting my microlocs? You actually can. This woman on Instagram, oh my goodness, amazing work. Braids That Speak. I'm gonna put all of her information below, because she has a new method of adding extensions to microlocs called the Bell Microlocs, I believe. Now, she doesn't have a method of adding it to your own microlocs after you've started them. She automatically starts your hair off with the extensions. So if you're like me and wanted extensions added on, I don't know if there's a method for that just yet. I haven't seen it. But for Braids That Speak, she starts your hair by adding the extensions. And y'all, I'm gonna put some pictures up because she is amazing. Check her out on Instagram, and she be like, where you come from, tell her keke.j sent you, because I'm always drooling over her work. Like, if I didn't want to start this way, it was gonna be her way, for sure. Next question is, can you make a YouTube video on how to do the locks? I actually already have a video on how I started. I just started with 2 strand twists, water, and Jamaican mango and limes locking gel. That's all I did. So I'll leave that video down below for you, because that was about 10 months ago. I didn't have a specific parting system or anything like that. I went row by row. So if you're expecting to see a grid pattern on there, you won't see one because I didn't use one. All right, next question. Excuse me. I ate so much, y'all. She's digesting right now. If you have any thinning locks, how do you deal with them? I'm on my 5th month and I'm scared for at least 2. So excited to hear that you're 5 months in. I've been there. And what I do, I had 2 up here at the top that were on the thinner side, and I said, you know what? I don't know how long you gonna last. And this was probably like me going 4 or 5 months in. So I combined them. So what I did was, let's see if I can find it actually. It's on this side. Is this it? Yup. See how big this one is? It was literally half the size because it was 2. So what I did, I'm gonna just use the one beside it for example, because that one kind of thin. I actually might combine that one with something else. But what I did was twisted it all the way to the end, and then I interlocked it into that one section. So as time went on, they're locked now. I mean, I can still feel one piece that was separate right here, which is how I was able to tell, okay, that was the one I combined. So I'm actually wrap that back up. Hopefully you guys were able to see that. I don't have a dragon's tail or anything like that, a lock with 2 ends, and she ended up meshing together. So that's how she came out. How do you learn to retwist your hair? I did retwist my hair once. out of my 10.5 month loc journey. And that was toward the beginning. I want to say I was like 2 to 3 months in at that point. And just trial and error. I watched a couple of videos, and some people use a comb, but I don't do that. I just separated my loc and then put some the paste on there, and then twisted it up and pinned it. So that's what I'm gonna do from here on out. Y'all, I'm saying I'm gonna retwist from here on out, but still might interlock. Like literally, it's here and there. But I'm gonna give retwisting a try for a while, because I'm pretty sure I'll like it. Just YouTube. YouTube taught me everything I know, social media, and just trial and error, and just retwist it. It's fairly easy compared to interlocking or retying. So I think that's the route I'm gonna go with. How long does it take for you to retwist? And do you use the interlock method? So to retwist, it takes, the last time I did it, it took about 2 to 3 hours, which I was here for. I was here for that. 2 to 3 hours, I will take that. Every 2 months, yes. And do you use the interlock method? Yes, I use that currently. So I use the interlocking tool. I'll put a picture on the screen. You can get that at any local beauty supply store or Amazon. I use that tool to interlock and just go through my root and interlock. Last time it took me like 10 hours because I was cruising. I was watching my shows and stuff and eating and whatnot. That took 10 hours, but your girl would rather take the retwist for 2 to 3 hours any day. And the next question is, how did you do those? What are they called? These are Microlocs. I started with 2-strand twists, and I interlock for maintenance. Well, my 120 locks puff like yours? Laughing face, because I need them to. I don't know, actually. Everyone's loc journey is different. It depends on the density of your hair, the type of hair that you have. There's a lot of factors that play into how your locks will mature. I've seen people with 60 locks who have more volume than me. It can literally vary from person to person. Just trust the process. Let her do her thing. Let her do what she's gonna do naturally, and I'm sure you'll get amazing results. I'm sure they will swell. Your locks are always gonna swell no matter what hair texture you have. I say just trust the process, because she gonna be beautiful regardless, baby. I think I'm gonna do a couple more because this video is already getting pretty long. And then look out for part 2, because y'all, we might have to go into a part 3. That's how many questions y'all sent me. So products, go-to styles, ways to stretch your locks. So right now, the only products that I'm using are water, Jamaican and black castor oil, as well as Lion Locs. If you've been with me on Instagram for a little while, you saw, and YouTube, I did a review on Lion Locs products. Those products are amazing. I actually ran out. They're shipping me some more, so I'm looking out for those because they're lock-in moisturizer and they're co-wash, leave-in conditioner. Those are some products you want to go with because they love my locks. My locks love those products. So go-to styles. This is my #1 go-to style, straight down middle part. I used to rock the side part a lot, but I haven't been rocking that one too much lately. It still looks great, but I think because now that I'm getting a little bit more hang time, I'm loving how the middle part looks. So yeah, it depends on what vibe I'm going for. If I'm going for something more chill and laid back, definitely the middle. Side part if I want to be a little bit more classy and sassy. Those are the go-tos. Half up, half down. I used to rock those a lot in the beginning, but kind of been wanting to give my hair a break as far as tension style, so this is the go-to. And ways to stretch your locks. Sometimes I just do 2 cornrows going straight back. Even if I wear a low ponytail, that stretches my hair. Or a pineapple, if I want a good stretch without braiding, I put it in a pineapple at night and then take it down. It'll have a little bit more length. So those are the ways I stretch my hair. And y'all, I think I'm gonna try to do one more. Do you think I can sustain Microlocs by retwisting if I have 4C? Yes, you can. You can definitely retwist your Microlocs if you have 4C hair. You can interlock. 4C hair can do anything. So don't allow yourself to put a limit on your hair if it's 4C, because I think that's the hair type that is literally infinite. So you can definitely retwist if you have Microlocs on 4C hair. 4C hair is magical, y'all. I'm a mix of 4B and 4C, and I love how she's looking. 4C hair is one of my favorite types of hair because it's amazing, absolutely amazing. But y'all, I think I'm gonna stop there for now with the questions because I think we're like 18 or 20 questions in, and I've got a lot more. I don't want to make these videos too long to where you become bored, so I'll definitely see you back for a part 2. Not sure if we'll have a part 3, but we will go from there. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you can see all of the questions in the future. And if you have any questions on what I went over today, leave those down below. As always, thank y'all for watching, and I look forward to see y'all in the next one. Bye.